Have you ever wondered why so many strokes happen in the morning? It's not just bad luck or random chance. There's a reason, and someone who lived over 100 years has been warning us about it. Let me tell you about Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara of Japan's most respected doctors. He passed away at the age of 105, but up until his final years, he was still working, still writing, still treating patients. And for decades, he raised the same alarm. Strokes don't happen out of nowhere. They're often the result of small signs we ignore, combined with risky habits we repeat every morning. According to many studies and to Dr. Hinohara himself, the hours right after we wake up are the most dangerous for our brain. Between 6 a.m. and 11 a.m., our bodies undergo something called a morning surge, a natural rise in blood pressure as we shift from rest to activity. And for older adults, especially those with high blood pressure or stiff arteries, this surge can be deadly. It's during this exact window that most strokes and heart attacks occur. But here's the good news. Many of these risks can be reduced simply by recognizing the warning signs and adjusting our morning habits. In this video, I'll walk you through 6 habits that seem harmless but could be increasing your risk of stroke without you realizing it. The last 2, in particular, are dangerously common and yet they're almost always overlooked. So stay with me and ask yourself, could my morning routine be silently putting my brain at risk? By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge to take control before your body ever sends a warning signal. Let's begin. Let me ask you something. Have you ever suddenly dropped your keys for no reason? Struggled to button your shirt? Or found yourself misspelling a simple word you've written your whole life? Most people shrug it off and say, I'm just getting older. But here's the truth. Clumsiness isn't always just aging. Sometimes it's your brain trying to warn you. There was a Pashenta 74-year-old man who came in after dropping his house keys 3 times in one morning. He also couldn't remember how to spell the word milk. That may sound small, but to his doctor, it raised a red flag. After a quick evaluation, the diagnosis was clear. He had experienced a TIAA, transient ischemic attack, what many call a mini-stroke. And here's the critical part. After a TIA, your next 48 hours are the most dangerous. This is what neurologists call the golden window. If you seek medical help right away, you can reduce your risk of a major stroke by over 80%, according to the Lancet Neurology. That's not just hopeful, it's life-saving. But most people don't go to the hospital. They don't even realize they had a mini-stroke. Because it doesn't feel like a crisis, it feels like a silly mistake. Butterfingers, brain fog, or just a senior moment. That's why I'm telling you this. If you or someone you love starts showing these subtle changes in coordination, don't ignore them. Struggling to write, missing buttons, dropping objects, forgetting familiar tasks, these aren't just quirks of aging. They could be your first and only chance to stop a full-blown stroke before it happens. Your brain whispers before it screams. Listen to it. Here's a question I want you to think about. When was the last time you checked your blood pressure right after waking up? If you're like most people over 60, especially if you've been managing high blood pressure for years, you might think, well, I feel fine. I'll skip it today. But this one small habit not checking your morning blood pressure could quietly put your brain and heart at serious risk. You see, our blood pressure naturally rises in the morning. It's part of the body waking up. But in some people, especially older adults, this morning surge can become dangerously high. Why does that matter? According to research published in the Journal of Hypertension, people with strong morning spikes in blood pressure have twice the risk of stroke compared to those with stable readings. Let that sink in, twice the risk. And the scary part? You won't feel it happening. There are no early warning bells, no chest pains, no headaches, just a quiet rise in pressure that could trigger a stroke or heart attack when you least expect it. That's why one of the most powerful, life-saving habits you can build is this. Take your blood pressure every morning. Right after waking up, before coffee, before breakfast, just sit down, breathe, and check. Write it down. Keep a log. If your numbers are creeping up or fluctuating often, that's not something to ignore. It might mean your medication needs adjusting, or your diet, or even your sleep routine. Don't leave your health to chance. You wouldn't drive your car every day without glancing at the dashboard, so why do that with your heart? This 1-2-minute habit each morning could be the key to preventing the unthinkable. Start tomorrow. Your future self will thank you. Let me ask you something. Do you hop straight into a cold shower the moment you wake up, hoping it'll snap you awake? If so, you're not alone. Many people, especially in warmer climates, swear by cold morning showers. It feels refreshing, invigorating, even energizing. But here's what most don't realize. That jolt of cold water could actually be a hidden danger, especially for older adults. When you expose your body to cold water right after waking up, especially before your blood pressure has had a chance to stabilize, it causes your blood vessels to constrict suddenly. Your heart starts pounding, your blood pressure spikes, and if you already have narrowed arteries or underlying cardiovascular issues, this could be a recipe for serious trouble. In fact, doctors have reported cases where seniors experienced fainting spells, or even strokes, shortly after taking cold showers in the early morning, particularly in those over 65. Why is this so risky? Because when we first wake up, our bodies are still transitioning from rest mode. The blood vessels are more sensitive, and the cardiovascular system is adjusting. A sudden shock like cold water throws that system into overdrive often faster than your body can handle safely. But don't worry, you don't have to give up your morning rinse. Here's a safer way to do it. Wait at least 30 minutes after getting out of bed. Give your body time to fully wake up. Choose warm water instead of cold. Keep it quick. And never shower on an empty stomach or when you're feeling lightheaded. Sometimes, it's not about cutting out a habit, it's about timing it right. That simple change waiting just a half hour could protect your heart, your brain, and your life. So the next time you reach for that cold tap first thing in the morning, stop and ask yourself, is it worth the risk? Here's a question for you. What's the very first thing you reach for in the morning? Is it your coffee mug, your phone, or maybe the morning paper? For many people, especially older adults, that hot cup of coffee is the sacred start to their day. But if you're skipping water and heading straight for caffeine, your brain, your heart, and even your blood vessels might be paying the price. Let's talk about why. After a full night of sleep 6, maybe 8 hours, your body wakes up in a state of dehydration. No water in, but plenty of water out through breathing, sweat, and bathroom trips. That means your blood becomes thicker, stickier, and slower to move. And this isn't just theory. A study in the European Journal of Neurology found that 48% of first-time ischemic strokes were linked to morning dehydration. Almost half. Now imagine this. Instead of rehydrating, we pour coffee, which is a mild diuretic on top of an already thirsty system. It's like turning on your car and hitting the gas, with no oil in the engine. Coffee has its benefits, yes, but water comes first. Here's what doctors recommend. Start your day with 1 full glass of warm or room temperature water before your coffee, before your medication, even before you check the news. This simple habit helps thin your blood, kickstart circulation, and prepare your digestive system gently. Warm water is especially helpful. It wakes up your body without shocking your system. Think of it this way: hydration before stimulation. So, tomorrow morning, when you reach for that coffee pot pause, grab a glass of water first. Your brain, your heart, and your future self will thank you. It's a quiet morning. You've just opened your eyes. Maybe you're not quite ready to get up yet, so you sit on the edge of the bed, still, unmoving, maybe for 5 or 10 minutes. It seems harmless, even peaceful, right? But here's the hidden truth. Stillness right after sleep is not always rest fuel, especially as we age. When we lie down all night, our blood tends to pool in the lower parts of the body, especially the legs. And if we wake up and just sit there, motionless, that blood continues to stagnate. This is more dangerous than it sounds. When blood flow slows down and stays sluggish, especially in people with plaque buildup, high blood pressure, or a history of circulation issues, the risk of developing a blood clot increases. Worse, when we suddenly stand up after sitting still, That sudden movement can send poorly oxygenated blood rushing or failing to rush to the brain, causing dizziness, or even triggering a stroke. So what should we do instead? The answer is simple. Wake up your body gently. Before you sit up or stand, take a moment to move. While still lying down, try rotating your ankles, flex and point your toes, shrug your shoulders. You can even wiggle your fingers or slowly roll your head side to side. Think of it as a gentle good morning to your circulation system. These small movements help reactivate blood flow, increase oxygen to your brain, and prepare your muscles for safe motion. They take less than a minute, but they can protect your heart and brain in a big way. So tomorrow morning, before you swing your legs over the bed, move just a little, because in those quiet moments, the difference between stillness and gentle motion might just save your life. Let me ask you something personal. What's the first thing you put in your body every morning? For many older adults, the answer isn't food, it's coffee, maybe followed by a handful of pills. Breakfast? Skipped. Now, this might sound harmless. Some folks even think skipping breakfast is healthy or part of a trendy intermittent fasting plan. But here's the reality, especially for those over 60. Skipping your morning meal is like asking your brain to run a marathon without shoes. After 8 hours or more of sleep, your body is already in a mild fasting state. That means your blood sugar is low, and your brain, the organ that uses the most energies, already running on empty. When we skip breakfast, that mild depletion can turn into dizziness, brain fog, confusion, and in some cases, even a higher risk of stroke. A study in Japan found that people who regularly skipped breakfast had a 36% higher risk of stroke. That's not a statistic you want to be part of. And if you're taking medications for blood pressure or diabetes, skipping breakfast can make their effects too strong. That's a dangerous combo: low blood sugar, low blood pressure, and no fuel to stabilize you. So what's the fix? It's simple. A light, protein-rich breakfast. Think hard-boiled eggs, a small bowl of yogurt, or a few soaked nuts. Nothing fancy, just fuel. Your brain doesn't need a feast, it just needs something to start the engine. Because breakfast isn't just about food, it's about keeping your brain sharp, your body steady, and your mornings safe. Let me paint a picture. You open your eyes, still lying in bed. What's the first thing you do? For many people, it's reaching for the phone, checking emails, scrolling through breaking news, maybe even stumbling into an early morning argument over today's schedule. And just like that, your day starts with a jolt of stress before you've even had a glass of water. But here's the thing, your body isn't ready for that. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your nervous system is still waking up. Your heart rate is low, your blood vessels relaxed. Then, suddenly, with one stressful notification or anxious thought, your body releases cortisol, your stress hormone, and your blood pressure spikes. It's like flooring the gas pedal on a cold engine. Over time, this habit can have serious consequence, especially if you're over 60. A long-term study published in Stroke followed over 93,000 people for 10 years. The result? Those who experienced mental stress in the early morning had a significantly higher risk of stroke. This wasn't about work pressure or big life events, it was about how their day began. So, what can you do differently? Start slow. Give yourself just 10 minutes of calm. Sit in silence with a warm cup of tea. Do a few gentle stretches. Look out the window. Breathe. These simple, quiet acts help your brain and heart ease into the day and protect you from the hidden danger of a stressful morning. Because how you start your morning can shape not only your mood, but your entire health journey. Here's a common scene. You wake up, make a cup of coffee, and settle into your favorite chair, maybe scrolling through the news or sitting quietly at the breakfast table. It feels peaceful, right? But what if I told you that staying still during the first hour of your day, just sitting or lounging, could quietly double your risk of stroke? Many people, especially over 60, believe that taking it slow in the morning means sitting still. But the truth is, our bodies weren't designed to wake up and stay motionless. Blood pools in the lower parts of the body, especially the legs, and circulation slows. That's why long periods of sitting, yes, even in the morning, can increase the risk of blood clots and strokes. In fact, a large study published in Circulation followed over 8,000 adults over age 60 and found something alarming. People who sat for more than 9 hours a day, especially in long stretches, had nearly double the risk of stroke, even if they exercised later. That's right, even a good workout can't completely undo hours of stillness. Think about it this way. After surgery, doctors encourage patients to move as soon as possible to prevent blood clots. Why should your regular morning be any different? So here's a simple shift that can protect your brain and body. Within 10 minutes of waking up, do some gentle movement. March in place, roll your shoulders, stretch your arms, or take a short walk to the mailbox. It's not about burning calories, it's about waking up your circulation. Because the first hour of your day isn't just about starting slow, it's about starting smart. So let me leave you with this: stroke rarely shows up out of nowhere. It doesn't sneak in like a thief in the night. More often, it builds quietly over time, hidden inside the little things we overlook: skipping breakfast, sitting too long, diving into stress before the sun's fully risen. These aren't just habits, they're warnings in disguise. But here's the good news. After 60, your health doesn't require a massive overhaul. You don't need to buy fancy supplements or download the latest brain training app. What your body really needs is your attention. Gentle, daily attention. A little stretch here, a glass of water there, a calm start instead of a rushed one. One doctor put it beautifully: your brain doesn't ask for perfection, it just asks you to pay attention. So if today's video helped you notice something new or reminded you of something you've been meaning to change, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love. Maybe it's your spouse, your walking buddy, or even your grown-up kids. You never know whose morning you might change. And if you'd like more clear, compassionate guidance on aging well, go ahead and subscribe. We're building a space here where health after 60 is about wisdom, not fear. Grace, not guilt. Now, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one small thing you'll do differently tomorrow morning? Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.